Hi guys, Aka here. So, the much awaited 8th year anniversary is here. Where the party at? Where the drinks at? We going all night long. Come on, yeah. Okay, all kidding aside though. Whatever you think about Evony, 8 years is no joke. So, well done Evony, happy birthday. And of course, in the spirit of birthday giving, Evony has prepared a ton of stuff for us to give gifts during this 8th year anniversary. The event pack that we have has a bit more stuff inside. There are loads of other packs that we can get and other features that a lot of people will want to get during this period. Plus, we have a combined consumption event. So that's resource consumption and speed up consumption at the same time. And you know whenever Evony does this, they mean business. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff to do in this event. And if you do plan on maximizing what you can get out of this event, make sure that you're using something like the Amazon App Store. You can get a ton of discounts on the things that you purchase during this event. So if that's something that you're interested in, check the links in the description or use the QR code that you see on the screen and save yourself a great deal during this anniversary event. All right, so let's start taking a look at some of the interesting stuff that we have for this event. And the first thing I want us to go over is related to champions. So one of the big things that Evony brought out in this event is that they have increased the cap for champions. So I have a few champions that I had already maxed out, like my Helen. You can see she's at level 20. And now champions go up to level 28. So if we look at the skills here, you can see that they've all been extended, like you can see right here, okay? And they go up to 28 now. So that's an interesting thing, okay? More buffs that we can get from the champions. But of course, as you'd expect, each level gets harder as you go up, so that's more XP that you need to pump into them. But there's also a critical point to note here with this expansion. If we look at the rewards that we get, okay, we're all pretty much used to this by now. You get gems, you get general tokens, Blood of Ares, and runestones, okay? And that's how it has been for all the champions so far. However, with this expansion, as we go down, we can see that once you get past 20, no more general tokens. Okay, everything else is pretty much the same. We get more gems, we get more Blood of Ares, more runestones, but now we get blood crystals. Okay, and you can see that going all the way down. So we have blood crystals for all of this. Now, personally, I like blood crystals, but I would have preferred the general tokens. I don't know about you guys, but that's just my opinion. I would have preferred if they kept this as general tokens and, let it run all the way down to 28. Or better still, keep the general tokens in and add the blood crystals. Okay? That's the way that you party like it's an 8th year anniversary. You feel me? So, yeah, that's one main point that you need to take on board when it comes to champions. So the other main thing is that, as you'd expect, we have a new champion. So here we have Marcia, okay? And, she looks okay. She looks good. If we take a look at her skills are looking fairly decent in my opinion, okay? I much prefer her skills to the last champion that we had, Judith, okay? I think Marcia has better skills than Judith. But when we look at the skills to see how good they are, okay, the first one, range troop and siege machine HP. All right, that's a good one. That's decent. Training speed is completely meh, and I wouldn't say totally useless, but it's pretty close to that. The next one, enemy mounted troop attack debuff. Okay, that's good. However, point to note, this is when attacking. Very important point to note. When attacking. Okay? Now, if this was when defending or just general enemy mounted troop attack debuff, I would have said, okay, I'll take that. But when attacking, how useful that's really going to be, I don't know. So this particular skill is kind of out there, okay? Then the next one, defending ground troop and mounted troop defense and HP. Okay, that one is good. So that's what we get for Marcia right here. Now, to get Marcia, there is no item or anything that you get, from bosses and things like that, like we do for some of the other champions. But, like some of the other champions, you get Marcia in the cake. So, we have the cake here, and if we go down to cake 5, this is the item that you need to get Marcia. Okay? The bath invitation. I'm not really sure how much cake 5 is. I think it's somewhere around $350 to $400. I'm not entirely sure. Anyone that knows that for certain, please feel free to drop it in the comment below. Thank you. All right, so that's what we have for champions. Now, the next big thing that Evony brought out in this event is regarding dragons. Okay? And what is it? The cap for dragons has been increased. So it has gone from 15, it's now 20. All right? So if you had your dragons maxed out, congratulations, you can feed those hungry buggers again and get them up to level 20. But there is a slight disappointment with this new increase though. From what I've seen so far, and anyone, please correct me if I'm wrong, we don't get a new decoration when you upgrade your dragons to level 20. We got this one, which I believe you get when you have several dragons at level 12. And then this one, when you get several dragons at level 15. But from what I've seen so far, there's no decoration for if you get dragons to level 20. I don't know. Maybe that's something I missed or something that's going to come out later. If you know anything about it, please feel free to share. Okay, so aside from the increase in the dragon cap, we have a new dragon. Okay, this is the dragon right here. And for all the English police that are out there, yeah, get your handcuffs ready because I'm about to butcher this name, okay? I think it is Radiant. All right, let me try that again. Radiant. Okay, let's just call the dragon Radiant. All right. So we have Radiant here, and yeah, this is the new dragon. So let's take a look at its skills. Right. So what it has, it's got marching mounted troop defense, marching mounted troop HP, and those two skills would make you believe that this would be a mounted dragon, which is fair enough. Now, the next one, enemy siege machine HP. You look at that and you're like, why? Like, what kind of situation are you going to need enemy siege HP debuff on your mounted general? Like, I saw this dragon initially and I was like, what the hell is this? Like, this is going to be another dragon that people are not going to be able to figure out what exactly to do with it and things like that. And yeah, my initial impression, I wasn't really too impressed with this dragon. But after taking a closer look at it, it's like, okay, it's workable. It's workable. But you will need to give up some stuff. All right, before we conclude on that, let's look at the other things that it has. So that's it for the main stats. Now, if we look at the talents, okay, the first one, this first one here, Radiant Dragon Soul, you get enemy ground troop and mounted troop defense debuff. Okay, that's fine. That would help a bit with your mounted general. And then you get mounted troop defense as well. All right, that's cool. If we look at the second one, enemy siege machine defense debuff. Again, same thing with the siege HP above. When are you going to use this on your mounted general? You know? So that one is a bit weird. Then we look at the third one. Okay, this is the one that goes into the active skill, right? So you get marching mounted troop defense, which is kind of meh. And you get in-city mounted troop attack, which is, for certain players, that's okay. So all in all, This dragon would be generally suited to use on a mounted general, which is fine. We'll have to put the siege debuffs that it has aside, because unless someone can think of something, I don't know any way you can use siege debuffs on your mounted general. So if you put this dragon on your mounted general, those debuffs are going to be wasted. Okay, now the weird thing about this is that even though this dragon is meant for a mounted general, there is no mounted attack on this dragon. Like, no single mounted attack stats. It's got defense, it's got HP, and that's it. So, if you are interested in getting this dragon, right, based on what I've seen so far, you could make this dragon really work if, when you get it, you make all the refines on the dragon mounted attack. Okay, that's the way I see it, because the skills have HP, they have defense, they've got some, ground debuffs in there. So you really just want to stack the attack in the refines on the dragon, and yeah, that will probably make the dragon, quite workable. I haven't compared it to the other dragons, Jazar and the other pink one, to see which one is actually better for mounted. But yeah, if you're interested in this dragon, you can definitely get it. Now, speaking of getting the dragon, you need to get the dragon pattern to be able to unlock this dragon. And where do you get the dragon pattern? You get it right here, okay? In this wheel of Dragon War. So, this is a wheel that, we've all seen these kind of wheels before. You get a free spin. I suspect this is daily, but I think we get a free daily spin. So I'll just spin this right now. Let's see what we get. Okay, some resources, that's cool. Now, right here is the dragon pattern. Okay, so that's it right there. And, you would have to get this to be able to unlock that dragon. And of course, you can only get it by buying the pack. Now, I've never won any of these special prizes on these wheels, and I haven't tried to, so I can't really give you a definitive estimate of how much this will cost. But from what I've heard from people, I would estimate that getting this dragon would cost round about $500. Okay, that's my estimate. If anyone has gotten the dragon or knows of anyone that has gotten the dragon and can find out how much it costs, please feel free to share it in the comments. Now, the important thing to note is that the things you need to spin this wheel are only available in this special pack. So, if you are planning on spending and you are planning on buying the main event pack, then this one is an additional pack that you will have to buy if you want to get the dragon. So, depends on what you want. However, if we consider the fact that this can be used as a mounted dragon, and if you try to calculate how much it would cost you to maybe, get another dragon or maybe unlock Wonder 3, if that was something that you were inclined to spend for to begin with, then yeah, maybe getting this dragon might actually be more beneficial for you. Probably not as cool, but it would still probably get the job done. So, okay, that's it for the dragons. Now, the other main thing that we have in this event is that we have some new generals. So, we have Narcissus here. Okay, I'm not going to make any jokes. I'm not going to make any funny comments about the name. I'll leave that to you guys, okay? So, Narcissus here. And from the looks of him, he's a ground general. All right? Quick look at his stats. He looks fairly decent, I'd say. How decent, I wouldn't know until I take a closer look at him. And, of course, I'll do a full review coming out in the next few days. So, Narcissus here, ground general, available in the general summoning. Okay? So, he's the general that is available in the token now. The other general that we have is Lucilia. So, she's also a ground general, and she looks okay, but yeah, we'll have to take a closer look at her stats to know how good she is. Okay, so we have a pair of ground generals in this event. Now, Lucilia is not available in the tokens, but she's available in this special event section, Glory of Rome. And we've seen this one before. It's the one where you can get the special generals that we use for assistants. So we have Sigurd, Melisande, Cleos, and all the other ones that we have there. Okay, so you get Lucilia from this one. Okay, now aside from the generals, let's take a look at the other stuff that we have in the event. So we have the Hall of Champions here. And we've seen this one. This is a well-known style that we have, for these kind of big events. All right, you unlock the chest at the top there. And then with your points, you can come here to redeem and see the stuff that you can redeem in here. Now, if we look at the main prize that we have here, okay, so this is Noble Woman's Wine. And this is the skin for the new champion, Marcia. So we have Marcia right here. This is her regular skin. And this is the skin that you get from that item. Okay, so with this skin, if we look at the stats that it has here, reinforcing ground and mounted attack plus 10%, and then enemy range and siege machine attack debuff 5%. So yeah, I mean, it's a nice looking skin, but I don't know, for the buffs, is it really worth the main prize? Like we look at it here, you need 2,500 of the helmets. I don't know. For me, just looking at the buffs, yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't recommend it. But if that's what you're going after, okay, fine, fair enough. Then what do we have here? Okay, so we have the general chest and you can get some generals here. Okay, this is probably going to be a good one for some people, right? And then we look at the generals. So we have Simon, we have Gilgamesh, we have Ziska. So yeah, those are the main prizes that you look to get from this event. And then of course you have all the other stuff, Blood of Ares, Twigs, Blood Crystals, all that stuff that you can redeem, with what you have. So yeah, okay, all good stuff. Now, if we come out and we look at the other events, so this one, Uprising War. Okay, so yeah, we've seen these types of events. Okay, there's a story that you go in there. You have the thing here that you have to load up every day. Okay, so we just load this one right here, right? We use that. Okay, so that's been loaded. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So you need to do this every day. Okay, then you come here and you can use it to redeem stuff over here. Now, of course, you definitely want to come to this section, not just because of the prizes that you can get here, but if we look at this, there's a new item that you can get for your ideal land, and put it in there. So yeah, you definitely want to come and check this one out. But aside from that, I think that's pretty much for this one. Okay, then let's see. We've seen Glory of Rome already. That's this one. Okay, we have here the Fearless Clash against Tiger. So there's a new boss that we can kill and, get points and things like that. So this is the report from the new boss, okay, the Savage Tiger Gladiator, right? So this is what you get. I think the regular level, this is level 1, is equivalent to a B15, which you get the chest there and you get some other items. How difficult is it to kill? Round about the same thing. So yeah, you probably see this, you'd want to, kill a few of them. Now, aside from the new boss, okay, we have the new Tiger Blessing that you can put on the castles, all right? So I'll just come to mine, just to give you guys a quick look at what it looks like. That's it right here, Desperate Fight. Okay, if I use it, boom, there it is, okay? And it looks kind of cool, right? Nice tiger thing on my castle, all right? I'll probably use this during SVS. Maybe no one will attack me. All right, so we come back here. That quiz type of event that we had, I think a lot of people did it during Napoleon, and I think it was around another time. I don't remember. But yeah, this quiz one is back again. So if you enjoyed the previous times it was there, you have another go at this. Okay, aside from that, I think those are pretty much all the main things that we have during this event. And then, of course, there are other things going on. We've got warlords, and we've got other events, barbarians, things like that. So there's a ton of stuff for us to do during this event. And like I said earlier, don't forget that this event is double resource consumption and speed up consumption. Okay? So if you have a lot of things planned that you want to build or you want to upgrade, those kind of things, this would be a good time for you to do that. If I missed any important stuff in the update, please let me know in the comments. But for now, thank you very much, guys. Aka signing out.